Hi, I'm John, and I have an unusual weight loss story to share with you today. It's about how I lost over 70 pounds of fat not too long ago, and how I finally saw my abs for the first time in my life at the age of 40. How did I do it? Well, a lot of what really worked for me is stuff you probably won't read about in the magazines, and I bet it will work for you too. I'm not a naturally lean guy. In fact, I was downright obese for many, many years. When I found out that it wasn't my fault, well, that was one of the best days of my life. I'm going to tell you my story because it's probably very similar to your own. It doesn't matter if you're a guy or a gal, anyone who struggles with their weight and their waistline will relate to this story. And if you watch this entire video, which I promise you will not be online very long, I will do more than just tell you a story. I will give you the solution I discovered and used maybe even decades. No ab exercise. Now, that may come as a total shock to you. There is a time and place for ab exercises done correctly, for sure. But I saw the start of my abs before I ever did a crunch or ever did a leg raise, before I ever even thought about working my abs. Here's why this is the well, I want to introduce you to a friend of mine and professional ab expert, Mike Geary. He's world renowned professional trainer. He's also a certified nutrition specialist. His principles are tried, tested, and proven, not by dozens, but by hundreds and thousands of people, just like you and me. Mike's best selling program, The Truth About Six Pack Abs, is exactly that. The truth about getting six pack abs. In fact, to date, over 263,000 people in 154 countries have used Truth About Abs program already. Now, I used it, I can vouch for it. Trust me, Mike's the real deal, and he's really helped me get the abs that I now sport. John Howlett, for example, he's the president of Healthy Sunshine Incorporated, said, Mike, I used the Truth About Abs system for about 5 months or so this year and had great results. I am down now between 7 to 8% body fat and have lost a total of 3 to 4 inches in my waist, lost a total of 24 pounds, and got my six pack abs. Leith Carney from Australia totally transformed his body, saying, I've been talking about this program for months, saying I'll get it on the next paycheck, the next paycheck, the next paycheck. Well, Leith finally took action, and now listen to what he says. This program is freaking brilliant. I learned from Mike's program. On page 42, Mike goes into some specific food types that help to fight belly fat. Now, this goes beyond your typical eat your fruits and vegetables. Everyone knows that. These are some actual, real fat fighting foods, and some of them will shock you. On page 5, I discovered a 6-step process that is more important than any of the workout or diet details. Believe this or not, it will guarantee you that you are motivated and actually follow through to take action on your new fitness lifestyle. Page 7 showed me this crazy trick that I learned from Mike that actually transformed the way I think about junk food. Now, I'm going to tell you straight out, I used to crave unhealthy foods every single day. And I had a really difficult time even being a nutritionist choosing healthy foods because I was kind of addicted to unhealthy foods. But after I learned this trick, I now opt to choose these healthier foods more frequently in the week. And I still enjoy some junk foods here and there, but I balance it out and I still get my abs. Now, this is what's really cool. There's a whole section dedicated to this. It's 5 fat triggering foods that most people think are healthy that are actually sabotaging your efforts to get a lean body. Yep, you're going to think they're healthy, and Mike shows you how they're not healthy. And once you cut them out of your diet, it's amazing how fast that fat falls off. And believe it or not, you're getting these foods. Most people are almost every day. On page 93, Mike shows you how to think creatively and differently about your workouts. And this is one of the key things to keep you interested and motivated. You know, you got to stay interested in exercise, otherwise you're just going to stop doing it. And that's the number one problem people have. Mike's got some really great, simple solutions to this problem. And let me tell you, it's going to be the difference between looking different this year and next year or looking the same next year. It's up to you. If you want to look the same way you do right now, go on doing the same things you're doing right now. It's common sense. But you got to change the way you think between your ears, and Mike goes into this in some really cool detail. On page 29, there is a fantastic nutrition trick that will tell your body that you're not starving. and keep your metabolic rate sky high so you burn fat all the time. Most quote unquote diets make your body believe that it's starving, and that's why your body holds on to that stubborn body fat. It's the last to go for a good reason. It thinks you're starving. There's a way to trick it. And on page 23, there's a type of actual, now this is going to shock you, an actual saturated fat. Yeah, you know, the kind that the media tells you is all bad. No, this saturated fat is healthy and even supports fat burning metabolism. On page 114, you're going to discover 6 unique secret weapon exercises that build a rock hard core and stimulate fat loss like no other exercises in existence. And the kicker is that nobody in normal gyms, or almost nobody, knows about these exercises, and they're not ab exercises. Isn't that cool? Now, here's what's really great. You do not have to wait more than a minute to get Mike's revolutionary ab system today. In fact, you will have it within seconds. Nothing is shipped to you, and you will have instant access to the entire Truth About Abs system in about 30 seconds. How cool is that? And there's more. Mike is going to give you some incredible free bonuses along with the Truth About Abs system, but only for a limited time.